Liz here, coming to you with another bookie video. So as many of you may know, a lot of the times with authors, they talk about their up-and-coming books before they're actually coming out. So right now, I'm going to tell you about some up-and-coming books by authors that I like. First of all, the first book that I want to tell you about is Mag Myers Needs Me by Helena Hunting. Here's the cover before we actually have the actual cover. Now, this book is, again, as I said, it's by Helena Hunting, and it is another book in the Tilton University Blaze series. So, this book is actually Fee's story and Mac's story. So, as many of you may know who read these books, Fee is the half-sister of another one of the characters in the Helena Hunting universe. So I'm very excited about this novel. Now, another book that is coming out by Helena Hunting soon is the Fake Out Fiancé. So this one is actually part of the Puck universe and that kind of thing. This is the Chicago Rage team. And so this one, it is coming out. Let me just tell you when. Hold on here. Sorry, just 1 second here, guys. Yes, okay, so Mag Myers Needs Me, which is Tilton University book number 2, it is being released on September 10th, 2026. And I just wanted to talk about this wearing my Tilton University Blaze toque. Now, the other book that I was talking about, The Fake Out Fiancé, this will be released soon, but not until February the 2nd. So that's something to look forward to at the start of next year. So there's also another book that's coming out in November, and it is called Him and I. And so this is the cover of that one. So this book, it is more similar to the the Clipped Wings series. It's got more of that kind of a feel to it. And this is being released on November the 10th of 2026. So if you know anyone with a November birthday, that kind of thing, maybe that might be a good birthday gift, or late October birthday. I'm just going to show you that cover one more time. Okay, here we are. So there it is there, Him and I. So I'm just going to bring it up and I'll read you the synopsis. Okay, so it says here, in a searing dark love story steeped in grit, obsession, and secrets, two broken souls keep coming back together, no matter how much they tear each other apart. Birdie Fast is thriving with 2 degrees, a stable fiancé, and a dream job. Her mistakes are in the past, and she's determined to keep them there. Jared Storm, Birdie's new CEO, is the man who destroyed her life and stole everything from her. Grown rich and powerful, he spent years waiting for her in the shadows. Now he wants her back. Birdie loathes him, but she can't deny how he makes her feel safe. He's the only one who's ever truly seen her. If there's anything Birdie has learned, it's to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Because you're never truly safe with a past like hers. Interesting, eh? Now, out of these books that are coming out by Helena Hunting, which one are you most excited about? Okay, now I'm moving on to Piper Rain. So they are, of course, a writing duo, 2 friends. They have about 3 or 4 books coming out soon. One of them is He Plays to Win. The cover is not yet available, but they will be announcing the cover soon. And if you follow Piper Rain online on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere else, you'll be able to find out more about that. Now, that book, He Plays to Win, is the Sin Bin book number 1, and it's number 1 of 4. And that will be released on February 18th of 2027. So maybe that'll be an early birthday gift for me from friends. I don't know. We'll see. Now, another book that's being released by Piper Rain is Holding Ground, which is Mercer Family Book 1. That is being released on September 10th. And here's the cover for that one. So This one here, it says, I've been a single dad for 5 years. And sorry, I'm going to take this off now because I'm not talking about Helena. Then the wrong woman rented the guest cabin behind my house. And I knew right then she was going to ruin everything. When Baylor's mother walked out, I made a promise I'd be enough. Just the two of us, no one to disappoint her, no one else to leave. Then Amelia Green rolled into Echo Lake in a Mercedes and a power suit to convince the townspeople to change what makes our small town great. She's everything this place isn't. Amelia's not supposed to be kind. She's not supposed to be good with my daughter. She's definitely not supposed to be the one I find myself confiding in on the end my doc every night. She's leaving in 3 months. I know that. The problem is, I can't stop wondering what it would be like if a woman like her belonged in a place like this, in a life like mine. That's definitely really interesting too. Now, what is your favorite trope? Do you like single dad books? The next book that I want to talk about is Catching Light. That's another new book coming up by Piper Rain. And okay, wait, so there's also another one called He Plays for Keeps. That's Sin Bin number 4. That one will be released June 24th of next year. And now, one sec here. Yeah, Catching Light is number 4 of the Mercer family. And that one will be released January 21st of 2027. And there's another one here, He Plays It Close, the Sin Bin book 3. That one will be released May 20th of 2027. And there's He Plays the Part, which is the Sin Bin book number 2, book 204. That one will be released on April 1st of 2027. So, and then there's another book, Chasing Smoke, the Mercer family book 2. And again, that's part 204. That one will be released on October 15th. And also Treading Water, Mercer family book number 3. That one will be released on December 3rd of 2026. So I'm definitely excited for this new series they're both these new series by Piper Rain. Their books are always super enjoyable and really fast paced and keep you wanting more. And I definitely have enjoyed a lot of the characters and the the interlocking relationships and the way that they link together in a lot of ways. And I would highly recommend checking out their books if you haven't yet already. One time when I was at my local library, my local Indigo, one of my favorite authors I was looking for, they weren't in stock. So I ended up checking out Piper Rain on a recommendation by one of the employees at Indigo, and I'm very happy that I checked them out. Now, another thing that's coming out soon is some special editions of the books by Elsie Silver. So there's the Flawless cover. It's part of the Chestnut Springs series. So this isn't a new release per se, although it's a new edition. And of course that series, it has 5 books in it, and it's the Chestnut Springs series. I have read, I think 3 out of the 5 or 4 out of the 5 so far. Another novel that's coming up by an author I like, or there's like 2 or 3 new releases by Carly Phillips and Erica Wilde. They're a writing duo that write amazing books. So if you may have read some of their books before, some of the book series, there's the crossovers with the Dare family, the Sterling family, the Knight family I think is another one. And yeah, there's a lot of great books by them. So Just a Little Tempted just came out, and this is the cover there. It's a Sterling family crossover. So it's right here. So this book is, this one here says, when I was hired, so I never meant to fall for my boss. When I was hired to be Simon's assistant, everyone warned me he was impossible, brilliant, demanding, and obsessed with control. But after surviving 2 months of his roles and grumpy attitude, I've learned how to manage my boss. Maybe it's my chaotic upbringing or the fact that I desperately need this job, but I can't ignore the moments when his guarded edges soften, even if he pretends they don't. So a lot of Carly Phillips and Erica Wilde's books, they are kind of spicy, but also too, sometimes there's some drama, some suspense, some action in them too. Like the last book I read by them, it was actually, there was one of the main characters, the male main character, he had been doing a journalism story that he had to travel abroad for, and he uncovered something where it ended up that the people he was investigating, they tried to run him off the road, they tried to kill him, and that kind of thing. However, you know, they were able to stop these people, and also to the one character and his girlfriend that he rekindled things with, she ended up having to go away with him. And yeah, so, but I mean, it ended up being a happy ending. However, there was definitely a lot of like action, and there was some secrets, things like that also in there. And a lot of these characters, like the different families, have married into the other families' stories. And yeah, but I quite enjoy Carly Phillips and Erica Wells' books. And I do also follow them on Facebook. If you do want to check out any of their Facebook pages or their other social media, definitely check it out. Now, and another book coming up by Carly Phillips is Falling for Love, the Dare to Fall series book 3. This one's being released on September 17th. There's the cover. So this one here, it says, the overview is, one reckless night, it was supposed to be forgettable. Instead, it changed everything. I wasn't looking for trouble when I met Jack Dare in a Charleston bar. But one look at the devastatingly handsome stranger, and suddenly I wanted things I'd spent years denying myself. Now, sorry, I don't know if you've read any of the other Dare books. However, the Dare family is kind of like a complicated kind of family dynamic, and there is like one of the parents had actually cheated on one of the other parents, and then they also married, and there's like half siblings, and it's a huge family. Anyways, though, there's a lot of interesting dynamics with this family. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this book too. This book is number 3 of 4 in that series. And another book that's coming out, which I'm excited about, is Falling for Christmas, like Falling for Xmas. So it's a Christmas book. It's number 4 of 4 in the Dare to Fall series. It says Falling for Christmas, a Dare to Fall holiday novella. So I am definitely super excited for that. And I can't help but love holiday romances. They just make it all better when it has to do with Christmas and happiness and, you know, everything that time of year has to do with, right? So now this synopsis, it says, I moved to Charleston expecting a fresh start. What I don't expect is her. My new neighbor has enough Christmas lights to be seen from space. A front door wrapped like a giant present, and an endless supply of holiday cheer I want nothing to do with. Holly Monroe is everything I am not. She's sunshine, I am Grinch. She's an elementary teacher who believes Christmas can fix anything. I'm an NFL teacher who spent years avoiding the holiday altogether. Unfortunately for me, our neighborhood has other plans. It's an innocent offer to help out a community event, lands me working side by side with the one woman I can't seem to avoid. Honestly, if you like the trope that's grumpy sunshine, you're going to probably love this book. So let me just double check if there's anything missing by this author.
20 minutes. Too long.
And actually, I'm going to do another part 2 for some of the other books.